What's going on, everybody, and welcome back to Comic Breakdown. If you guys are new to the channel, do me a favor and hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out. Now, we're still playing a little bit of catch up when it comes to issues that we haven't covered yet, and so that's going to be the primary focus of today's issues. And we're going to be starting with Batman Urban Legends issue number 6. Now, if you haven't been keeping up with this line, go ahead and check out the link in my description as well as the top of this video. It will get you completely caught up on everything going on in this line. Now, this issue will close out this Cheer storyline, and we're also going to see the Tim Drake story come to a conclusion. But where we last left off was with Batman being captured by Mr. Freeze and Cheer, and so Red Hood has to do a last-ditch effort to try to save him. And with that being said, let's dive into this breakdown. Alright gang, so as we dive into issue number 6, we are picking up with the Red Hood in the garage. Making his way quickly inside, he goes to where Batman has been working on an antidote for Cheerdrops. The only issue, as it stands, there is only one, and this is a prototype. It is yet to be tested on any human beings, so we don't really know what kind of side effects it's gonna have. We don't know what it could do to somebody. But knowing that Batman has been captured, knowing that he has succumbed to this Cheerdrop, Red Hood really doesn't have any other option. Not only that, he doesn't have a suit. And so as he looks at all of Batman's suits, it looks like we might be seeing him suit up as the Bat. And that's when we're taken to Batman and Cheer. Cheer currently having Batman strung up, or for better words, iced up. He has Batman on a mask. Now this mask is administrating some of this drug to him, a Cheer gas if you will. And though Batman, he tries to resist. He tries to hold his breath for as long as possible. With Cheer realizing this, he has one of his guys come up and punch Batman in the stomach. This gets him breathing that gas in, because this is the overall goal. First you take down Batman, and then you take down the rest of the populace. His goal isn't to try to hurt people, but try to make them happy, to show them something that they have never seen before. What their true meaning of happiness would really look like in reality. And at the end of the day, this may be something good that could be used in therapy or something of that nature. People with severe depression, so on and so forth, in much smaller doses. But the way Cheer is doing this, the way he's trying to administer this to everybody, he's trying to force it on people. Not only that, it became highly addictive. So much so that kids like the little Blue Hood kid was getting completely ignored. And so while it does have great potential, the way that it has been used, the way that it has been abused, that's what truly makes it wrong. But this is where we see Batman start to succumb to it. As he breathes this gas in, he becomes cheerful. And thinking they have won, thinking that this is just the beginning, this is where we see the arrival of Red Hood. Sporting one of Batman's suits, but wearing his classic red hood. Or in this case, red mask. And I absolutely freaking love it. Jason Todd looks phenomenal in the bat suit. But with Red Hood making his entrance, he has to move quickly. He has to start kicking some major butt very fast. And as he works his way through all of these goons, Mr. Freeze gets the jump on him. Mr. Freeze is able to hit him with his freeze gun. Being hit with this freeze gun, we see Jason Todd turn into a popsicle. But then the bat symbol starts to glow. And then the rest of the suit. And with this glowing, he is able to break out because the bat suit that he was able to grab was the thermal bat suit. The bat suit that was made specifically to go against individuals like Mr. Freeze. And so with him breaking out of this ice, he is able to go and knock the crap out of Freeze. Because that was the main target here. You take down Freeze, everybody else is going to be relatively easy in comparison. And right now, his main objective after taking down Freeze is to be able to get to Batman and give him the antidote. Freeing Batman is the big thing here. But little did he know that Cheer already had the gas ready and set, locked and loaded, and this is where we see the Cheer gas released. And as the gas fills up the room, this is where we see Red Hood take it in. Taking in this drug, though not nearly severe as Batman. This is where he's taken into a dreamscape, a reality of what could be. And so this is what people are seeing when they're on this drug. They're seeing the happiest their life could be. If everything went great, if everything went right. Now for Jason Todd, his best reality is having everybody as a normal, regular family, not as vigilantes, not fighting crime. And this all happens because Bruce Wayne finally kills the Joker. And so far, that has been seeming to be the overlying real theme when it comes to this in the DC Comics line. I've been seeing this pop up more and more. The idea of Bruce Wayne killing Joker, finally getting rid of his obsession, finally ending their lifelong feud. That if that were possible, Batman could finally be free. And in his freedom, he would be able to truly love the individuals that are close to him. He would be able to connect with them in a way that they have always longed for. Because at the end of the day, these are all his children, some by blood, others not. And so what they really want at the end of the day is simply a father that will hug them, tell them they love them, and know that that is truly meant, to know that they are truly loved. But while he is in this state, he finally breaks out of it. Breaking out of this drug, being able to fight it off, Cheer is actually impressed. Though it's a lower dosage than Batman was given, most people, almost all people, are not able to fight it off. But as Red Hood is breaking out of this, as he is really starting to get his senses back, Cheer's men grab him and let him know that he needs to stop. He needs to check himself because as it stands, Cheer has his men real close to the kid Blue Hood's mother. Standing by her bedside, they are just waiting for the call. And if Red Hood does not stop, she is going to die. And so we see Red Hood, he stops fighting. He stops struggling, and Cheer, he really thinks he has the upper hand here. But we see Jason Todd smile, and thinking this may be a side effect of the drug, Jason Todd reassures them that it is not. Because while Cheer may think that he's all alone, at the end of the day, Jason Todd has a family. Batman has a family. And when the call goes out, everybody answers. And this is where we see the Bat family descend upon Cheer and all of his men. And with all hell breaking loose, with the Bat family jumping into action and kicking some goon butt, we see Red Hood break out of the crowd and make his way over to Batman. And as he gets over to Batman, he pulls the vaccine out and he injects him. But that's the thing, injecting Batman with this, we don't know what it's gonna do. We don't know the side effects. And so we see it clear out the Cheer drug, his system apparently becoming clean from it. But this is when he goes into a rage, goes into a blind rage and goes tracking him down, trying to find him, finds him on the rooftop, and having him up here, he hangs him over the ledge. And we see an uncontrollable rage in Batman that we don't usually see. Somebody that is always calculated, somebody that has complete control over their emotions. We're seeing him go from one side of the spectrum to the complete opposite. And if it were not for Red Hood, Batman may have very well thrown Cheer over this ledge. But Red Hood calming him down, Batman throws him off to the side, throwing him to safety. Batman on his knees. We see him a complete emotional wreck. We see Batman in a way that he has not been in a very long time, something that he does not expose to anybody. It's a very rare occasion when Bruce Wayne shows his emotion to people around him, especially when he's in the suit. But that's what's going to take us to 3 weeks later, with Red Hood checking in on Blue Hood and his mother, making sure they're okay. They're kind of in a government-funded kind of rehabilitation center, an opportunity for the mother to get back on her feet and stay off of the Cheer or any other kind of drugs that she may seek, trying to search out that real amazing reality altering high. But one of the great things we see is Red Hood giving a blue hood to this young boy, kind of solidifying that he will be the Blue Hood and he will always be the Blue Hood. And so I can only see them using this later on down the line. Why would you set this up if you're not going to use it? Or at least there's the possibility for another writer to use it at some point down the line. I know if I were in DC, I would already be talking about this if it's not already a topic of discussion. So if you're looking for a comic that might be worth something, it might be worth picking up the first 6 issues of Batman Urban Legends if you haven't done so already. But this is the part in the story where it takes us outside. Outside of this apartment building, Red Hood and Bruce Wayne, they have a discussion. But really it's Red Hood just letting Bruce Wayne know that he's no longer going to use guns. And it has nothing to do with Batman or anything like that. It's more him just evolving as a character, evolving as a person. This is something that he doesn't want to do anymore. And honestly, he could care less what Batman has to say. He could care less what Bruce Wayne thinks about him. More than anything, he just wants him to know that he is doing this not for his sake, but for his own. And with that, there's not much more of a discussion, with Batman only telling him that they can't go on living like this. That life is too short for them to continue this on. Red Hood acknowledging this, we see him drive off. And as he goes off, we see Leslie come out of the apartment. Leslie asking Bruce if he at least hugged him. And of course Bruce didn't, because that's not who Bruce is. But even Leslie knows that this is what they need. This is what Bruce's children truly need from him, is an affectionate father. But Leslie also recognizes that Bruce seems a little bit off. Wondering what that cheer gas showed him, his only response is happiness. Because behind the veil, what it actually showed him was very similar to what Red Hood saw. He saw his children, all of them happy, all of them very joyful. And this is all because of Red Hood. Red Hood bringing Joker over, finally telling Batman he needs to do what needs to be done. And we see Batman grab a hold of the Joker. Grabbing his throat, he chokes him out, and that ends the Joker. And with that, Red Hood tells him, it took so long, but thank you. Thank you for finally doing what all of us needed you to do. For finally burying this part of your life. For finally ending all the turmoil that you were going through. For ending this lifelong cycle of revenge and getting back at one another, putting him in jail just for him to get out and hurt somebody you love yet again. And as Bruce Wayne drives off into the sunset, Jason Todd makes his arrival back at his home. Coming back into his home, he sees a present left by Bruce Wayne. This present being a new Red Hood suit. Now, that will be where that issue ends, and now we are picking up with some freaking Tim Drake. Now, let me say before we dive into this, I know some of you are not going to be happy. DC has definitely been moving into a direction where Tim Drake is bisexual. And while personally I could really care less, I know some of you are going to be upset. But also understand that he's a young teen boy. Sometimes young teen boys, they question their sexuality. Sometimes people end up gay. Sometimes people end up bi. This just happens. And while you may not agree with it, it may not be your cup of tea. This does give some representation to a people that I remember very vividly growing up being chastised and being treated less than, specifically because of who they marry and so on and so forth. And while I don't think it needs to be overdone, using a character like Tim Drake, who hasn't been used that much in comics in the last couple of years, I think it's a great idea to take a character like this and give them that kind of background. But as we dive into this, we're diving into the sewers, where the Chaos Monsters have been taking all of these teen kids. The thing about that, they've been taking them down here, and they've been sacrificing them. And with Tim Drake out on his own, not really sure what to do, really asking himself, what would Batman do? But the issue is he doesn't have time to waste. He doesn't have time to think about what he's going to do because this sacrifice is about to happen. And currently the Chaos Monsters, they have Bernard tied up. He is the next one that is about to be sacrificed. And so with Robin jumping into action, he throws some smoke grenades down and he starts kicking some Chaos Monster butt, being able to make his way over to Bernard and freeing him from this sacrificing shrine. He tells him that he needs to get out of here. He tells him that he needs to hurry up and make his escape, and he's going to hold him off for as long as he possibly can. But Bernard tells him that's not happening. I'm not going to be doing that because what you don't know is I have been training. Robin has inspired him to start training to be able to defend himself, to be able to fight. And this is where we see Bernard start kicking some butt as well. And so with these two now teamed up, with these two kicking some butt, they are now surrounded by Chaos Monsters. And with them completely surrounded, Bernard, he wants one favor. And that favor is for Robin to tell Tim Drake that he wants that date, to finish the date that they were already on. Before he ended up getting kidnapped, he would like to finish that. And this snaps it for Tim Drake, because for a long time, he's been questioning who he is, what he wants, so many things, because for so long, he has just been Robin. He has been a weapon of Batman, and outside of that, he is now just figuring out what he truly is. You know, he's had girlfriends before, and he was never truly happy. And that could be for a variety of reasons. But he knows one thing for sure, that when Bernard said that, that is something that he wants. He wants to go on a date with him. He wants to have a dinner with him. He enjoys his company. He loves being around him. And so while he's still not completely understanding what all of this means, he wants to explore it further. And hearing this, it just makes him smile. Even while he's getting freaking punched in the face by Chaos Monsters as they're taking all of these guys on, he can't help but smile because this legitimately makes him happy. And we see the two of them completely wreck shop. Taking down all of these Chaos Monsters, they free all of the captured teens. And that's what will pick us up the next day. Taking us to the next day, Tim Drake is making his way over to Bernard's house. Going up the doorsteps, he rings that doorbell and Bernard answers. And for the first time, as Tim Drake, he can actually say that this is what he wants. Telling Bernard that he's not sure, he doesn't really understand all of this, but he knows how he feels when he's around him. And because of this, he would really like to see him again, to spend more time with him. And so Bernard, he asks him officially out on a date, and Tim Drake lets us know that this is what he wants. And that will be the end of this issue. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I think this has been a lot of fun. We've really seen a lot more in DC Comics. The relationship between Red Hood, Jason Todd, and Batman really start to expand some more. You know, we saw everything that happened after he got beat the crap dead by Joker with the crowbar, and they've explored storylines a little further after that, but we're really diving into their relationship, how broken and torn it's been for so long and so many years. But we're seeing events like this trauma event, even being introduced to a drug like cheer, them getting to see true happiness. Even if it's a false reality, it may be something to strive for. And we're seeing Batman open up a little bit more, be a little bit more understanding, and kind of want to, bury the hatchet at the end of the day. And so I really look forward to seeing a lot more Red Hood and Batman stuff going on as these storylines develop. And we do see that a little bit in Future State Gotham, with Red Hood kind of being the secret agent for Batman as he's having to lay low and pretend that he is dead and not telling the rest of the Bat family about that. Now, when it comes to the Tim Drake story, I really did enjoy it. I thought it was a great story. It was a great character development for him. So many people have been asking him what he wants, and he doesn't know. For the most part, the readers don't know. Tim Drake, yeah, while he does have some personality, for the most part, we see him suited up a lot of the time. We don't see how much his alter ego wants to do something or goes out and does things. at least not to the extent of a bunch of other characters. And so I think this was really great for Tim Drake, giving him some great spotlight, giving the Robin that, doesn't get the attention, not nearly as enough as all the other ones, giving him a great story with some great character development. I can't think of a better way to tell a good Tim Drake story. But yeah, let me know what you guys think down in the comments. If you have not yet, do me a favor, hit that sub button, hit that notification bell, make sure you're not missing any of the awesome content we have coming out, and until the next breakdown.